Nuck just beat Bari down bad, Len opened her mouth at the wrong time, and Sunny just walked back into Emit's life. Episode 3 is about to shake everything up. Y'all better strap in because Beneath the Icy Veil is coming in hot. What's up YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark and I'm back with another video. If you love the chi, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop your theories and comments down below because we got a lot to break down today. Now today we are talking about the Chi Season 8 Episode 3, and this is the what to expect breakdown based off the trailer they put out. The title of this episode is called Beneath the Icy Veil and the description reads, "Business is booming, but a surprise visitor causes Emit to reassess his family's future." And then the second part of the description tells us, Bakery considers a new opportunity from a dangerous ally. So those are the two key pieces of information we got handed to us before this episode even drops, and best believe both of those things are going to hit hard once we see them play out on screen. Now before we get into all of it, y'all make sure you checked out the episode 2 recap because that episode was crazy. Your boy Nuck, if your buck was on one for real. He was out here making moves left and right and it was a lot going on. He hooked up with Tiffany Claptor Cheeks on the stairs, which already set off a whole chain of events. And then on top of that he went and recruited the triple OG Big Mike back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? So Nuck is not playing around this season. He has got Smitty on his side, he has Big Mike back, and he is building something. The question is how long before it all starts to fall apart, because nothing lasts forever in the streets of Chicago and we already know from the trailers that a fallout is coming. Now I have been saying since the very first trailer dropped that Nuck and Bari were going to have a major falling out, and y'all, based off what we see in this episode 3 trailer, that moment is arriving sooner than a lot of people expected. It is about to go down and I cannot wait to break it all down for you. But let me start from the top so we can really get into everything properly, because there is a lot happening in this episode and every single piece of it connects to the bigger picture of where this final season is headed. Now the first major thing we see in this trailer is that Rashad and Victor are getting released. And that right there is a big deal because these two have been locked up and the streets have been moving without them. We know your girl Patience did her thing in the last episode. She got that evidence and she had that conversation with the judge and it was enough to get both of them out. So shout out to Patience because she came through when it mattered most. Now seeing Rashad walk out of there is going to be emotional for a lot of fans because this man has been through it. He has been locked up more than once at this point and your boy Victor even had to call him out about it. Rashad is talking about how he is never coming back to a place like that again, and Victor basically tells him that is the same thing you said the last time. And that hit different because Victor is right. You know what I'm saying? Rashad means it every single time he says it, but the life he is living keeps pulling him back into these situations. And hopefully this is truly the last time we see either one of them behind bars, because the final season deserves to have these characters free and moving. But here is the thing, just because they are out does not mean everything is going to be smooth sailing. Not even close. With Nuck out there still doing what he does and Reej still being Reej, there are going to be problems. These two being released is a good thing, but the world they are walking back into has not slowed down one bit while they were gone. So the pressure is still on and the danger is still very real for both Rashad and Victor as this season continues to unfold. Now let's talk about Papa, because his storyline this season is getting deeper and more intense with every single episode, and episode 3 looks like it is going to push him even further into that dark space he has been sitting in. In the trailer we see Papa having a conversation with Kenya and he is telling her what if something ends up happening to him. And Kenya is doing what Kenya does, she is trying to reassure him, telling him ain't nothing going to happen to you, you are going to be okay. But Papa comes right back and says you don't know that. And that line right there tells you everything you need to know about where Papa's head is at right now. This is not a man who is being dramatic or overthinking things. This is a man who fully understands the weight of the situation he is in. He knows who he is dealing with. He knows what these people are capable of. And he is not naive enough to just smile and pretend like everything is fine. Papa has always been one of the smarter characters on this show, and that intelligence is now working against his peace of mind because he can see exactly how bad things could get. Now the bigger question that I want y'all to really think about is, what is Papa willing to do to protect himself? Because we are at a point in this season where talking and hoping is not going to be enough. The people around Papa are dangerous and eventually he is going to have to make a decision about how far he is willing to go to make sure he comes out of this alive. Is he going to sit back and wait, or is he going to take matters into his own hands? Because best believe as this season continues to air out, Papa is going to be pushed to a point where he has to act. And when that moment comes, it is going to be one of the most intense scenes of the entire season, because this is not a character who was built for that kind of life. He was built for words, for thoughts, for writing. But the streets do not care about any of that, and that contrast right there is what makes his story so compelling to watch. Now on top of all of that, you have to think about Kenya in this situation as well. Because Kenya is someone who genuinely cares about Papa, and she is trying to hold it together and keep him calm, but she does not have the full picture. She does not know everything that Nuck has done. She does not know the depth of the dirt that has been going on around her. And here is the thing that is really going to flip everything on its head. What is going to happen when Kenya finally finds out that Nuck took out her pops? Y'all, when that information comes out, it is going to be hell to pay. I cannot stress that enough. Kenya is not the type to just let something like that go. Finding out that the person responsible for her father's death has been walking around free and even connected to people she knows, that is going to break something in her. And the fallout from that revelation is going to send shockwaves through multiple storylines at the same time. So keep your eye on Kenya, because her arc this season is building towards something massive, and episode 3 might just be the episode where the first real crack starts to show. Now I also want to touch on Rashad's mission, because even though he just got out, this man is already focused. He is not taking a breath, he is not settling back in and relaxing. Well, your boy Rashad still wants to find out who killed Alicia. You know what I'm saying? He loved Alicia, and that wound has never healed for him. He needs answers, and he is going to keep pushing until he gets them. And that search for the truth is going to put him on a collision course with some very dangerous information, because the answer to who killed Alicia leads right back to Nuck. And we can see in the trailer that Victor is already connecting the dots. Victor pulls Nuck to the side and asks him directly, "Did you do it?" And look at Nuck's face in that moment. He knows what time it is. He is standing there trying to figure out how to get out of this conversation without saying the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? He is hoping and praying that he can smooth this over. And then of course Tiffany jumps in and basically shuts the whole conversation down, telling Victor to ease up, talking about Nuck didn't do it, trying to cover for him. And Victor is standing there like whatever. Because Victor ain't buying it. Not even a little bit. He already knows deep down that Nuck is lying, and now he has to sit with that while also watching Nuck and Tiffany together, which is a whole other layer of pain for him. Because you know Victor had feelings for Tiffany, and seeing her defending Nuck the way she is, that is eating him up inside. He is probably standing there thinking, man, if I had not gotten locked up, things would have been completely different. That situation right there between Victor, Nuck, and Tiffany is a triangle that is going to keep building tension all season long, and episode 3 is just the beginning of how messy that is going to get. Now let's get into Reej, because your boy Ree is not happy at all about Victor getting released, and honestly that reaction tells you everything you need to know about how guilty his conscience is. If you had nothing to hide, you would not be stressed about somebody getting out. But Reej knows exactly what he has been doing while Victor was locked up. He has been disrespecting Jake, moving how he wants to move, doing what he wants to do with no accountability and no consequences. And now the one person who is not going to tolerate any of that is back on the streets. So yeah, Reej is pissed, and he has every reason to be scared, because Victor is not the type to come home and just let things slide. You know what I'm saying? Victor is going to go check Reej, and he is going to do it without hesitation. He has been locked up sitting with all of this frustration and anger, and now he finally has the opportunity to address it face to face. And I bet Jake is over there feeling relieved, because your boy Jake has been dealing with Reej's disrespect for a while now, and he has been waiting for somebody to come in and check that situation properly. Jake is probably happy as hell that Victor is finally home and ready to handle business. But here's where it gets real dangerous real fast. In the trailer we see Reej pull out the strap. He is not playing around, and he is not about to just quietly walk away from whatever he has built while Victor was gone. This man is ready to take it there, and that tells you that this confrontation between Victor and Reej is not going to be a simple conversation. It is not going to be two people talking it out and coming to an understanding. This has the potential to get extremely violent and extremely ugly. And the fact that Reej is already reaching for a weapon this early in the season tells you that he is operating from a place of fear more than anything else. Because a man who is truly confident in his position does not need to pull out a gun just because somebody came home. That reaction right there is the reaction of somebody who knows they are wrong and knows they are about to get confronted about it. So Victor is going to have to be smart about how he approaches this situation, because Reej is clearly not in a rational headspace right now, and one wrong move could escalate everything to a point of no return.